Here's my take, Steven. Bryce Young really confuses me. I'm lost. I'm watching the first few drives from Bryce Young. Interception, fumble, defense scores a touchdown. His head is all over the place. He connects with Tet for a few easy completions. They move the ball a little bit. Bryce Young looks confused, lost. He looks dazed as a year 3 starter in the NFL early on in the game. Then you flip the script. 17 minutes left in the game. He leads a touchdown drive to open up the third quarter, bouncing back from a really bad half of football with a few turnovers. The game suddenly slows down for him. He's taking easy completions. He's making throws inside and outside the pocket. He's improvising. He's darting the ball downfield, keeping his eyes downfield while the pressure is collapsing in the pocket. I just don't get it. He's throwing balls into windows with 4 defenders where only the receiver can get it. It's a slant, it's a dig, he's stepping up in the pocket, crosser over the middle. He threw 3 touchdowns in those last 17 minutes, connected with Renfro on 2. He looked like a franchise quarterback for the back half of that game. So I just don't get it, man. Like, how often are we going to see Bryce Young stink it up to start a game and then just rallies back? He shows a lot of fight. He shows some promise, but it's like, when are we going to get the consistency out of Bryce Young that we've been looking for?
Yeah, I don't get it too. It makes no sense. The first half, I'm like, all right, this guy's Jamarcus Russell level bad. Like, he might be one of the worst number 1 picks I've ever seen in my life. Then the second half, I see 3 touchdowns. I'm like, oh, he doesn't quit. Okay, that's the Alabama has some talent in him. I still don't think he's all that good. I don't think he's going to last that much longer in Carolina. I still have a lot of issues with him. It's always been with his size. He has turnover issues too. The interceptions. He throws some ugly picks too, where it's just like, what are you doing? But then he has some touchdowns, and you're like, But at the end of the day, he threw almost 60 times and only had like 350 yards. It was like 6 yards per attempt, which is not that good. So the turnovers, some sacks. Overall, I wouldn't say it was a good performance. It wasn't the worst thing in the world, and that's how I feel about Bryce Young. He's not the worst quarterback I've ever seen, but he's also like not number 1 pick material, and I wouldn't say he's good. But he's not like the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and you know what? I do want to touch about, quarterbacks in poor situations. I wouldn't describe Carolina as a good situation to land in as a quarterback. I think Stroud goes there. He's on a similar path as Bryce Young, maybe a little bit better, but they just don't have the team. They don't got the defense and the offensive weapons. They just haven't been there so far. First of all, Tet looks incredible. Looks like a beast out there. There's this one-handed grab he made. It was out of bounds down the sideline, but he was unreal. To be fully transparent, I watched the first 2 turnovers and the Cardinals start dominating the game early. I just turned off the game. Like, I just expected it to be a classic Bryce Young Panthers game again. Look at the stat sheet this morning. Bryce Young had 330 yards through 55 times. I was like, damn, I got to watch this game again. I went back through the film, and it was like I was watching a different quarterback in the second half. We got 2 completely different QBs from Bryce Young in the first and second half. It was wild to me, the comparison that I was drawing. I was seeing him step up with pressure down his neck, complete balls over the middle that you would see from a Josh Allen, from a Mahomes, from a Matthew Stafford. And I was scratching my head, freaking out in the basement while the Bucs game was going on, just thinking like, what the hell awoke in this guy with 17 minutes left in the game? They posted 19 unanswered points, which is crazy to me. But at this point, Steven, it's like, you could swap quarterbacks in Carolina, but I don't think a change really happens. I just don't think that they're a very good team right now. They have some talent. They've made some positive strides here and there, but they're just not playoff material right now.